Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first Social Profit Factor public webinar. And today we are covering Facebook marketing, and we are going to be covering 6 foundational pillars for success. And my goal today is really to help you think differently about how you are approaching your Facebook marketing. So I know many of you sometimes feel like you're just spinning, like you're that hamster running in a wheel, and you really want to be able to work smarter, not just only harder. So our goal today is that we're really going to be able to help you do that, and that we will give you some strategies and tactics that you can implement starting today. Now, gotta love technology. So we are using Webinar Jam today, and we are having a little bit of difficulty with the technology. It's not wanting to share my entire screen. So I apologize for that. And it was working when we did the test. As soon as we went live, it kind of messed up on us. So hopefully everybody can see the screen. If you can't, if you have any difficulties during the presentation, please respond to us in the chat, and my partner Josh is there in the chat to help you with any questions that you may have. So, is this presentation for you today? So if you are an entrepreneur, maybe a small business owner, maybe you work inside of a small business, maybe you are an executive, a marketing leader working on social in a larger team, that could be any size of business, digital marketer in a small or large business, an influencer curious how to work with brands, or if you were just simply curious as to learn about Facebook marketing. So this is me. I am Pam Moore, and I spent 15 years in corporate America before starting our first agency. And I've been doing entrepreneurship for about 7 years, and really was doing social media before it was ever called social media in the corporate world. So I stayed very close to revenue when I worked for big tech and enterprise software. I survived 13 layoffs at one company alone. And then I just decided I knew I could provide better, more impact to business and business leaders by getting out on my own. So that's what I did about 7 years ago. It's been a crazy wild ride, and we have just embraced digital and social for everything that we do. So we walk the walk, and I want to share some numbers really quick with you. I'm not doing this to brag about ourselves. I promise I'll get to the content really quick, but I want you to know you're listening and learning from somebody who knows what we are doing when it comes to social and digital marketing. And our audience today scales more than 1 million across the different social platforms. Our digital tribe scales above 200 million, and my podcast alone has had over 1.5 million downloads now, and it's approximately 100,000 downloads per month. We drive innovation across the entire social ecosystem about 18 to 24 months ahead of others. Our agency is Marketing Nuts. It was founded in 2009, was our first agency with my partner in business and life, Josh Moore. Together, we have over 35 years of combined experience in corporate and digital. And we really now are focusing in on social media training and consulting, serving small business all the way up to large enterprise brands. But where we really love to focus and serve is simplifying the complex and helping our clients and students navigate this ever-changing world of online marketing. So here's just a quick snapshot of some of our clients. You'll see we've worked in B2B as well as B2C, everything from technology to beauty. We're doing a ton of work right now with L'Oreal and Redken. We actually have an entire training system and portal that we've put together for all of their salons. So we know how to help you, whether you're in a consumer market or whether you are in a B2B market. We lived in the B2B space for more than 15 years. So this presentation today is also sponsored by Social Profit Factor, and that is our new online training system. I will share more about that with you at the end of the presentation. I hope that I will earn your time and your ear to listen to that, as the goal here is to provide as much value as we possibly can. So let's talk about what we're going to learn today. So we're going to share with you the 6 pillars of success for Facebook marketing. A little bit of housekeeping before we get started. Please make sure that you turn off any distractions you have on your computer. So if you are running some other apps, you're going to want to minimize that so that this webinar jam can run the most efficiently that it can on your computer. If you have kids that are going to pull you out and distract you, tell them to hold on, say, Mom or Dad, give me 1 hour. This is really important. I need to learn these things so I can buy you some more school clothes this year or whatever you're wanting to spend that money on. We had to do the same today. We're here working in our home office, so we had to do the same with our kids. So a little other housekeeping hashtag that we're using today is hashtag social profit factor. So we would love to hear from you. If you have questions, if you are just excited about what you're hearing, please share this out to your friends. And Nick on our team is monitoring those channels, and he'll also be listening and responding to you out on Twitter and Facebook or wherever you may be. But here are the 6 pillars we're going to talk through in detail. Number 1 is plan and prepare. Number 2 is inspire, connect, achieve. Number 3 is architect. Number 4 is grow. Number 5 is serve. And number 6 is optimize. So let's go ahead and dig right in. So supporting resources that you will have available will be a Facebook page template cheat sheet. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. A Facebook image sizing guide that'll give you Adobe Photoshop templates, as well as a sizing guide for anything you need to do on Facebook, including Facebook ads. We have a post audience analysis worksheet. You'll know what that is by the end of the presentation as well as a goal worksheet. You're not going to have to worry about downloading all of these. These are all going to be sent to you to the email for which you subscribed when you were watching this webinar. So why Facebook? Facebook, what is Facebook? In a nutshell, Facebook provides the platform via pages, groups, messaging apps, and more for people to connect with your business. All right, so it is basically a medium. It's a platform for people to connect with you and your business. And then the Facebook advertising platform helps people discover your business. And that's what we'll talk about when we go into our grow segment today. So Facebook is going to help you build your brand. It's going to help you storytelling, sharing stories about your brand so that people can get to know you better. Testimonials, so you can share all the great things you're doing for your clients, for your students. You can do live video. We can build out your network of contacts and friends. Establish community. We can embrace and really grow the support that we get from evangelists. We can share content, right? So I know many of you are creating amazing content. Facebook gives us a great way to really share that content, and particularly when we start to utilize the benefits of Facebook advertising. You can grow your blog readership. Thought leadership. You can establish authority and trust by continuing to put good information out there. And then we have influencer marketing. So that's where we really can tap into the power of what we call the OPCs, other people's content and other people's community, where we really can grow our business by leveraging local and national influencers. So why Facebook? Let's talk numbers here for a second. So with 1.32 billion daily active users, we simply can't ignore Facebook. Okay, it's not going anywhere anytime soon, unless it's somewhere good, right? It's not going away. 1.15 billion mobile daily active users, and so those are people who are utilizing Facebook on a mobile device, an iPad. 2.01 billion monthly active users, and that number is updated as of June 2017. So very recent. So with Facebook, we get targeted reach, right? We're able to reach our target dream ideal clients. Okay. It gives us the ability to really dive in. When we start using advertising, we can almost get to a CEO of a particular company in our neighborhood. I mean, that's how deep we can go. We can really drive deep engagement. right? We can get deep into some conversations and really start to build those communities and relationships. We have proven results, right? So we can prove with data. It enables us to have a data-driven methodology and framework where we're making data-driven decisions. And Facebook understands the connected mobile customer, and they get it. Like, they know the connected mobile customer maybe better than you do. And so they're providing you a platform that you can connect with that mobile customer, with that connected customer in a human way. They're helping you humanize your brand through their platform. So I love these statistics here because Facebook, people go to Facebook for news. And I know there's a lot of issues right now with fake news, but people are logging on every day just to get the news on Facebook. So 66% of users get the news on Facebook. 62% find that by chance. 38% are actively seeking news, and 44% of the total US population gets their news on Facebook. Is that crazy? So the reason I bring this up is people are not only going to Facebook anymore just to see what their friend is doing or their neighbor's doing, right? They're going to Facebook for what they hope to be factual information. Organic reach of social media is declining to zero. And if you may not know what organic reach, that basically is our ability to reach our target and ideal customer without having to pay for that reach. So we create a piece of content, and it is our ability to get that content seen or heard or watched by our target and ideal customer without having to pay for media. And that organic reach of social media today is very quickly declining to zero. It's no longer like the good old days. Only 3 to 5% of people that ever like your Facebook page are ever going to come back to visit your page. Okay, I know that is depressing because many small business people, when they start a new page, they think that just because they have a lot of people that like that page and that have said, hey, I want to like you, they think they're going to come back. They think that every day that person is going to come and check out their page. The truth is only 3 to 5% of those people are ever at all going to like that page and come back to it. So let's talk about how we plan and prepare for success. And we are going to pop in our first poll to have you answer that. What was that first poll question?
What is your greatest Facebook challenge?
Yeah, so please answer. What is your greatest Facebook challenge to date? Okay, so we're getting some answers.
Looks like how to use for business benefit, sales leads, etc. is winning.
All right, so it looks like most people are saying, I need help getting real business with this stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and pop in the next question now, the next poll question. This one is related to how prepared are you? Do you have a plan for success?
So the winner for the, let's see, I'll end poll and they can see the results. Ready?
Yep. Okay, so we're putting the next question up there. Do you have a plan for success? Looks like most people are saying no.
Yep, 75-25.
75-25. That's not surprising. So if you are in the no category, I just want to tell you that's okay, right? We work with clients from enterprise brands all the way to teeny tiny solopreneurs. And I think that about at least 75 to 90% of them usually don't have a plan when we start working with them. So that's why you're here. So number one thing you need to do, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or Instagram, no matter what you're doing in marketing and social media, I want you to align social media to your top business goals. So that means you're going to need to know what are your top business goals. So many times when we start working with new clients, they they end up thinking we're like their business counselor, right? It's like, well, I don't know who my audience is. I don't know what my goals are. I haven't thought about that in a long time. And particularly with the economy being as tight as it is, a lot of people haven't focused where they need to make those business decisions. So if you are struggling with success and business results on Facebook, which the majority of you said you are, and you also, the majority of you said you do not have a plan, Houston, we have a problem, right? The problem is that we don't have a plan. So the problem is not that Facebook isn't giving us organic reach anymore. The problem is you are not managing what you get out of Facebook, right? You are in control of how you spend your time on Facebook. Facebook is not in control of you, though some days it may seem like it. You are in control every day of how you're spending your time on Facebook. So the first thing I want you to do as you are reworking your Facebook strategy is I want you to take control, and I want you to say, here are my top goals, right? What is it I want to achieve? What does success look like to you in your business? And how will your business look different? How will you better differentiate from your competition? How will you better empower and serve your customers? What are you going to do differently? How are you going to increase your internal efficiencies? So how can you increase your sales processes? Maybe, improve that time to close a deal by utilizing Facebook. How can you answer questions that people have that is maybe stopping them from making a decision or trusting your brand? How could you use Facebook to recruit, to hire, to retain employees? Things like Facebook groups can help you with that. So I want you to be thinking about, what can I get out of Facebook? Not what is Facebook going to do for me today? And as you're planning, a lot of people really get confused when it comes to strategies and plans and tactics. And it's really easy to start with the tactics, right? It's really easy to log on to Facebook every day and just start, commenting and saying, hey, I'm engaging, I'm helping my brand because I'm being friendly. No, you need a strategy. That strategy is your plan, and it's your framework to help you achieve your long-term goals and your objectives. It includes the approach you're going to take, and it supports your why are you doing it, right? Why do you want to build your business? Why do you want to achieve whatever goals you have set? What is that life and business reason of why? And then your plan is the details of what you're going to do within the plan. So that's where you start to lay out what that time frame looks like. What are those big milestones that you have? What does success look and feel and smell like? And then the tactics are how you are going to execute the plan that supports your strategy. And in that, we include specific actions to help you achieve your desired goals. So when we're preparing, part of it is preparing our business, preparing our mind, setting those goals. The other part is also making sure we understand the ecosystem for which we're getting ready to dive into. Okay. And that is Facebook in this conversation today. So we want to understand, what does the ecosystem of Facebook look like, right? What are the rules? What is the tone of conversations? What guidelines do I have to stay within? Number one thing I always like to point out is that you need to make sure you are following the rules as it pertains to how you're using your business page and your personal profile. So it is a violation of Facebook terms if you are currently using your personal profile as your business page. However, you can promote your business on your personal profile. So if your personal profile today, if you have two of them and you have one that's personal and one that's business, that's one of the first things you need to do is you need to take that business profile and you need to make it a Facebook business page. And trust me, if you don't do this, you will wish you would have listened to me in a year from now. You'll say, Pam, I remember when you told me to do that. I should have done that, because Facebook can take down that page in a moment's notice with no notice to you, and you can just lose it. So foundational components, you want to make sure you understand all of the different pieces of Facebook, and you're not going to learn this overnight. Okay. But they're all of the different apps that we have, the difference between the personal and the business pages, the Facebook groups, privacy settings, the different templates you can use, what is the news feed? What's the timeline? What's instant messenger? Did you know that you can now advertise through instant messenger? Trending content. How can we tap into that? What is a post, a page like? I'm not going to read all these to you, but you can see there is a lot of opportunity, and you want to understand, the big things that are available to you so that you can help prioritize where you spend your time. Right. So by taking the time to understand the ecosystem and understand some of these new features that have launched from Facebook recently is going to help you better optimize your investment. Right. We have never had a client that came to us and said, "Hey, Pam, I have so much time and so much money to spend on Facebook marketing. I just don't know what to do with it. Let me give you my credit card." That's not how it happens. So the more you can understand the foundations of Facebook, the better you're going to be able to prepare. So step number 2, we have inspire, connect, achieve, right? And this is really about an audience-based approach to how we do marketing. And when we inspire our audiences to connect with us with the top goal of helping them achieve their goals and their objectives, then we achieve ours by default. So when we are focused on inspiring our audiences to connect with us, and our goal is that we want to help them, it makes it really easy for us to come up with the ideas we have for content and how we're going to deliver that content to them, right? The more that we can know about our customer, the easier Facebook marketing gets. And I cannot stress to you how important this is. The number one question that you need to answer is why. So why should anyone care that you are even on Facebook? Why should anyone care that you have a Facebook page, that you have a Facebook group, that you're creating content, that you have videos, that you have a blog that you're linking to? Give them the answer. Like, why do they care? What unique value are you offering? And one simplified way to do that is, this is a methodology we use, and it's called the POST methodology. It comes from Forrester Research, and in your downloads that I will be sending you a link to, you will get a worksheet that you will be able to utilize. And all of our Social Profit Factor Academy students, we go in detail on this. We have entire courses and modules on this, but you will at minimum receive that worksheet that will definitely help you. And when people are putting together a Facebook strategy, for example, if I'm teaching a class and I say, okay, what's the number one thing that comes to mind when I say the word social media? People will always say Facebook, or they will say LinkedIn, or they will say Instagram, right? The first thing they think about is technology. What we want to do is turn that thought upside down. And I want you instead to be thinking about people. So who are the people that you want to connect with? Right? How old are they? Where do they work? What type of job do they have? Where are they hanging out online? Right? So there's a lot of people right now that are chasing shiny objects. So they may be chasing a Snapchat or a video tool or a messaging app. But when you ask them, is your ideal customer hanging out on that app? Is your ideal customer hanging out on Snapchat? A lot of times they're like, I don't know. I don't think so. They're not there. So why are you wasting your time there? You need to know who is your audience, where are they hanging out online, and what are their objectives. So what are their objectives in business? What are their objectives in life? What are they looking to achieve? Why are they using that particular social network? Why do they get on Facebook, right? When they log on to Facebook, what time of day do they log on to Facebook? What day of the week are they most on Facebook? What is the objective they have when they log on to Facebook, right? The content that you share, for example, with a business to business type of ideal customer, target customer on a Monday morning is going to be different than the type of content you may share to them on a Sunday afternoon. Right? It may be some the same, but it's likely going to be different. You're not going to be able to talk about a whole bunch of crazy fun stuff on a Monday morning at 9 o'clock. You're likely going to want to also connect with them at a business level because that's where their mindset is. Okay. Then the S is the strategy. So the strategy is really about relationship. So what is your relationship with that audience member? So do you have an intimate relationship with them? Do you want it to be more transactional? Maybe it's transactional and you want to know that person better, that audience member. Then we have technology, right? And so it's all of these things combined that are going to drive what technology we choose. Then we choose, okay, Facebook is right for me. I know my audience is on Facebook. I know my audience likes to consume how-to information. I know they like to have, demos done on video. Maybe it's live Facebook video, or I know they like to have, worksheets they can download. So knowing why your audience wants to engage in a certain platform as Facebook and a certain medium is really going to help you prioritize where you invest. So social currency today is attention plus action. So I know if you've been on the social web today, we have no shortage of people trying to sell to us and get our attention, right? It's getting harder and harder to grab the attention of our ideal customer. So almost all of you said you need help in achieving your business goals. You want more success related to business when it comes to Facebook marketing. So I want you to think about attention. How can you get the right attention of your ideal customer? How can you also drive the right action? Because every action that your potential customer takes to invest and learn about you or your brand or dive into your resources, the more opportunity you have to build a relationship with that person, right? Just as you are all here today on our webinar, right? You're investing an hour of your time. I highly value your time. And that's why I'm trying to make this hour as valuable to you as I possibly can. You want to do the same thing when it comes to Facebook. So when somebody sees your post, when somebody watches your video, make it worth their time. Communities create markets, and this is a foundation for success online today. And there is not a business leader we work with that doesn't want to get to the right side of what this is a kind of a horizontal conversion funnel here. And on the right side, we have the money. So every business we ever work with, whether they're small or enterprise, they're saying, Pam, show me the money, honey. And what we always have to start the conversation with is we need to first build community, right? So when we are launching our Facebook page, a Facebook group, a Twitter community, an Instagram, a Snapchat, whatever we're doing, we have an opportunity to build community. We have an opportunity to build relationships. It's up to us as the brand, as the leader of those communities, and how we treat people, how we engage people, how successful we're going to be. Just because we launch a Facebook page doesn't mean we're going to immediately have loyal evangelists who are going to want to buy from us or tell all their friends about us and pay us money. But we have an opportunity over time to harvest those relationships so that they become customers, so that they become evangelists, and that we do that in an authentic way that is natural and that we're not just selling. And moving through this horizontal, sales conversion funnel takes time, right? This does not happen overnight. And I'll tell you, that's the most frustrating thing for business leaders is they have a hard time understanding how much time it takes to move through here. And it takes preparation, it takes planning, it takes the things that we are talking about here today are what are going to help you move through this funnel faster and more efficiently. So what do we mean by audience first marketing? So audience first marketing strategy simply means 100% who your audience is, who your ideal customer is. You know what your audience needs from you, and you provide your audience what they want and they need. Pretty simple, right? So you know what they need, you know what they want, you know who they are, and you're going to provide it to them. Your goal is that you provide it better than anybody else does, than any of your competitors do. That is, my friends, how you're going to differentiate your brand. And you do this before you do anything else. So before you go create a ton of videos and you're creating fancy branding for your Facebook page, which everybody does first, you need to know who you're creating that for and what your audience needs from you. right? It's slow down to speed up. Audience marketing empowers your brand to be a sweet orange in a world of bitter apples. So I love this because as everybody else is out there, pitching and selling and spamming and trying to sell us all their goods and their magic sauce, you are out there providing nothing but value. So you are providing the unique differentiated value. Then we have the OPC. So that's other people's content and other people's community. And that is where we really start to tap into the power of influencer marketing and really tap into leaders within our local market as well as national market, because in your industry, in your local market, there are people who have already built communities. And so when you're first starting out working with influencers, working with your friends and your colleagues to do things together, creating content together, co-creating content with influencers can really help you build your brand in a very powerful way a lot faster, because they already have the ear and the eyes, and the hearts of people who are your target demographics. And by tapping into the power of the OPCs, you are able to better leverage and reach those markets faster. So I want to load the next poll before we move on to the next session. And this one is going to ask you, how well do you know your ideal customer and audience based on what we just talked about? So Josh is firing that up right now.
It's like The Price is Right. So somewhat's rolling at 69, 70%, very well is 25%, not very much is 5%. So somewhat. Sounds like everybody has a pretty good idea.
Has quite a bit of work. Has a pretty good idea. That's good. All right, so now let's talk about inspiring, connecting, and achieving results. And this is really, for us to inspire our audience and connect with them and help them achieve their goals, that's all about content, right? So it's all about content and conversation. Social media is one big conversation. So brands that inspire a higher emotional intensity receive 3 times as much word of mouth as less emotionally connected brands. So think about that for a second. If you can simply connect with your ideal customer, okay, in an emotional way, if you can pull their heartstrings in an authentic way, you can receive 3 times as much word of mouth as less emotionally connected brands. So that means if you know your customer and you know what pulls their heartstrings, you know what makes them feel smarter, you know what makes them think about their family, you know what makes them feel empowered, you know what is that emotion that they want to feel, you have 3 times as much word of mouth as your competitors who aren't doing that. So that's why really figuring out how you can inspire and connect and help your customer will differentiate you more than any fancy thing you're going to do on Facebook. Okay. So 77% of brand conversations on social media are people looking for advice, information, and help. So this is why I see so many businesses and tiny businesses who have little money and large businesses who have little budgets. And whether you're in a large or a small business, I want you to know you all have the same problems, right? None of you have enough time or money. And all your customers really want is advice and information, right? They don't care whether you've implemented the best Facebook video cover photo on your Facebook business page. They don't care if you wait 3 months to do that. What they want is advice and information and help from you to solve their problems, right? So if you can be the one that is consistently solving their problems, you're going to win in their mind. So no ad, no social media ninja trick. There's nothing you can do magically that's going to make up for bad content. Your content must be amazing, right? Your content needs to be really, really good. And it should be varied, right? So we want to vary the types of content that we share. We want to tap into visuals and video and text and, share links out to third-party resources and audio. right? Audio is amazing, particularly if you're targeting an audience who is very busy and spends time in their car. For us, we did a test when we launched our podcast a few years ago, and we knew it would probably take off, but we never knew it would take off like it did, right? So test things, do the research, get the data that you can, and then test some things. And our audience loves it because they don't have time to sit in front of a video all day. Right? They don't have time to watch live video every single day. They do have time to listen to our podcast in the car or while they're doing dishes. So know what your audience is doing and then give them the content in those varied formats and test and see what works. So here's some ideas here for content. So tips and tricks, those are simple, right? And you'll hear some of the quote unquote gurus tell you, don't use the top 10 tips. I'll tell you, they work, right? And I get a lot of slack from a lot of my colleagues saying, Pam, all you ever do is put the top 5, top 10 on all your blog posts. It's because people love them, right? People love to be able to scan a blog post and see those top 5 things. Why do you think I put top 6 pillars in this presentation today? You want to know, what are those big things? Best practices. So what is how do they do something, but how do they do it the best? What is the best way for them to do something? Industry news and resources, right? So you can, even if you're still creating your own content strategies and plans, you can share third-party content from your industry. So start identifying who are those influencers in your market that you know are creating amazing content, and share their information, right? When I first started our agency 7 years ago, for about 6 months, I mostly just shared third-party content. I started blogging, but as I was learning the market, I just put out the best content I could find every single day. Updates on your team and business, humanize it. Give us a look into your organization and what you're up to. People like to see your team and what you're doing. That's where you can start to share your business and be more transparent. Answers to frequently asked questions, right? So just think about and make a list of all the questions that you get from your customers on a regular basis and answer them, right? And if you don't know what they are, ask them. Ask them, what information could I provide that would help you? How about humor and entertainment, right? People love to laugh. They love to be entertained. So anything you can do to make them feel something. Like I always say, make me laugh, right? Make me feel emotion. Make me feel smart. Make me feel something. Facebook live video is an amazing platform for you to tap into as well. You can go live on your desktop or your mobile, tell stories, really be able to engage your community and instantly connect with notifications. People can get notifications that you are going live. You can now broadcast for up to 5 hours. And live videos appear higher in the news feed for going live. And we have seen some of our clients, like I said, we do a lot of work with L'Oreal and Redken, and even with tiny salons, just going live in their, hair salon and spa and showing a tour of their salon. They're seeing amazing results of people calling and saying, hey, I want to come in and see that girl, or I want those products that I saw you show. And it's nothing but an iPhone video. Right? So once you create that live video, it then becomes an asset, right? We can download that video. We can go post it up to YouTube. And Facebook right now is really going head to head with YouTube on video, and they want to win. And so anything you can do with Facebook Live video is going to help you increase that organic reach we talked about, which is dwindling to nothing. Do not waste time posting a YouTube video to Facebook. You want to keep the videos native on Facebook. So it doesn't always have to be live, but you want it to at least be something that you're posting native to Facebook. So next step we have, this is architect. So we want to make sure we are building a winning platform. All right. And when we think platform, I want you to think integration. Okay. How can you build a platform that supports your business, not just your Facebook posts and your tweets and your pins on Pinterest and your snaps and your videos? I really want you to focus on how can you integrate these things with email marketing and content that you can create once and use many, right? And these are all the things we teach inside of our Social Profit Factor step by step. But I want you to be investing now so you can harvest those relationships tomorrow, right? So think inspiration, think ideation, think community focused. How can you build a platform that supports your business? Because it's very risky for you to build your entire business on rented land of Facebook, because really you're just renting a space on Facebook with your business page. And although it's absolutely where we need to be today, we also need to make sure we're building that home base. And that's why we need to have an integrated platform. If you are not seeing business results on Facebook, the first place we usually look is off of Facebook. What's happening on your blog? What's happening on your website? Also, branding, right? Our human brain processes visuals 60,000 times faster than decoding text, right? So our brains love visuals. So you need to make sure you are branding your page. Your brand is way more than your logo, your colors, or your name. Every post and touch that you have with your audience is an opportunity for you to make that memorable impression, right? For you to create an experience for your audience and community. And it takes 6 to 7 brand touches before somebody is even going to remember your brand. So every single one of those needs to be consistent, or else they're not going to even recognize that it was you. So that's why images and colors and all of those things really do matter. Facebook gives us a ton of opportunities for us to brand our pages. So everything from the cover images that you see here, video cover images we have now, the avatar, which that would be that small logo that you're seeing there, that's where, or maybe your smiling face, photo albums, right? We can organize those now in really neat ways, as well as videos, how we lay out our text on our page. Like there's so many different ways now we can even organize how we are setting up our page, the type of language we use. And I don't mean just English or Spanish. I'm saying, what type of tone are you building on your page? Like, how are you engaging people? Engagement and behavior. So that's our digital body language, right? Our actions speak so much louder than our words. So our sizing of our images really matters. Okay. And this is why we will be sending this to you. You can go to this link here to download this Facebook image guide as well, but we will be sending this to you with the downloads that you're going to get in your resource kit. But how you size your images makes all the difference in whether your images are looking beautiful on Facebook. So people will always complain about their images being fuzzy, or they just are not looking, super sharp. It's likely because the size is off. So you want to make sure that you have high resolution images and don't skimp on there. There's a lot of different sites you can go to get affordable images, even if you're using stock images. And then you can utilize the Adobe Photoshop templates that we're giving you. There's other apps out there that will create those images for you too, but I truly believe there's nothing better than doing those things yourself and doing them in Photoshop, because you're going to get the highest quality possible, okay? Make sure that you are selecting the right page templates. And I know this can be really confusing, and this is why we're also sending you a cheat sheet to help you select the right template, because on your page, you may not know this, you can choose a template for what information is even included on your Facebook page. Okay. So it will determine whether you can show a menu and whether services show and different features. So you want to make sure you're setting up your business page for the right type of business, so the right information is going to show. And we'll send you that cheat sheet, which I know will help you. So now let's talk about growing. Okay, so here we really want to, by now we have our plan, we have our goals, we know who our audience is, we're starting to really put together the pieces of an architect that winning platform, right? That integrated platform. And we're creating good content. We know that we're connecting in human ways with our target audience. Now we want to focus on growing. So how can I now build community? How can I make sure that the content I'm creating, people are seeing and listening to, and they're finding it, that, we can get it in the get the attention of our ideal customer because we know we have information that will help them. So here we're talking about community, reach, and impact of our content. It's really what happens after the like and the follow and the love that we get on all these different platforms, whether that's hearts or, taps, whatever it may be. It's what happens after those things that matter the most, right? So it's what happens after somebody follows you. If you are automatically sending them a spam message when somebody follows you, when you follow somebody on Twitter, they're going to think you're nothing but a spammer, right? You're going to be that bitter apple, not that sweet orange. So we want to make sure that we're doing things that are attracting our ideal customer and making them have a positive experience. Facebook groups are an amazing way for you to grow as well. So I don't recommend that you necessarily do that instead of a Facebook page, but now Facebook lets us link Facebook groups to a Facebook page. So you can grow a group at the same time. And there are multiple benefits to Facebook groups. Facebook really likes to put that content higher in the news feed. We get notifications, and they have made some recent announcements that they are going big with groups. They're now rolling out insights, so we get measurement and tracking, and we're going to be able to do a lot more with advertising with Facebook groups as well. So if you have not looked at Facebook groups, I definitely encourage you to do that very soon. We have a whole module on this in our Social Profit Factor where we teach you, step by step, how to set up your group from start to finish, and help you get that going right alongside your Facebook business page. Facebook advertising. So an amazing way. And I know that many of you may be overwhelmed and maybe you have only boosted posts, which we'll talk about here in a minute. And you may think that the Facebook advertising platform is just confusing and overwhelming. Well, let me tell you, it is. Okay. So you have to just take it step by step. And this is also included in our training, but whether you join our training system or not, you need to just take it step by step, right? So you need to just get accustomed to the Facebook Ads Manager, which I'll share with you here in a second. But the key is that you know who your audience is, because the first thing that Facebook asks you when you start a new ad is, who do you want to talk to? Who's your target audience? And most people get stuck there. They're like, I don't know, anybody. And the answer is not anybody between the ages of 18 and 65. Because Facebook is not going to tell you that audience is too broad. You're going to spend too much money on this ad because, hello, you don't know your audience. No, Facebook isn't going to tell you that. They want your money, right? So yes, they want your ad to succeed. But if you are willing to put in your credit card and just waste your funds, they're going to let you do that. So it's up to you to make sure that you know who your audience is and that you are creating offers that will inspire your audience to take action. Right? That you can get that attention, that social currency, this is where the social currency becomes very important, that we can increase that ROI on every dollar that we're spending, and that we are inspiring them to take an action. And that action doesn't necessarily need to be on Facebook. That action may be, yes, it could be watching a video on Facebook, but it could also be going to a website. It could be going to your blog. It could be downloading something, right? I know there's many of you that are on here today that likely are on here because you got a targeted Facebook ad, right? I drove you directly to a landing page. You saw it. You're like, that looks interesting. I'm going to go check out this webinar because I need to learn how to do Facebook better so I can have better results, right? You want to be able to do that same thing. Now, a Facebook boosted post, that's kind of like your 101, your first level of, if you are wanting to get your feet wet with Facebook advertising, it's a nice way to start out. And it's basically any post that you put on your Facebook page, you can just click that little boost post button, and that will help your content reach more people. Right. And so you can put a budget in there, and then it's just going to help you stay top of mind, with your target and ideal customers, and it'll help you reach a larger audience. And you can boost directly from your page or the mobile Pages app. Then we have Facebook Ads Manager. So that's once you get a little bit more gutsy and you're like, okay, I'm ready to take this to the next level. And here, Ad Manager is going to help you. it'll help you more quickly create when you're wanting to do multiple ads as well. But it's a lot easier to create, edit, and manage those ads all in one place. And you can do this on your desktop. And then there's also an app. All of the features are not on the app, and it gets a little confusing, but I use the app a lot, really for monitoring how my ads are doing. And if one's performing better than the other, you can shut them down right there on your mobile app and really focus on the ones that are doing good. You can edit. You can add more budget. So you can, do everything you need to do for the most part on the mobile app. But really, I like setting them up inside of the desktop app. And it provides you more control and options for targeting your audience than what you're going to get with the Facebook boosted post. And you want to be careful that you are not conflicting too much, that you don't have too many ads running with a Facebook boosted post on one page, because those ads and boosted posts can start to compete against one another. So you just want to make sure you're maximizing every dollar that you're spending. So some of the goals that you're going to be able to choose with the Facebook Ads Manager are going to be things like brand awareness, increasing loyalty. So if you're wanting people, increase that loyalty for your customers, driving traffic. Maybe you just want to drive massive traffic to your site, kind of that combined with that brand awareness goal. Conversions. So we're wanting to get sales. We're wanting people to opt in, maybe to subscribe. We're wanting leads, right? Who doesn't want leads and sales? Video views. So Facebook ads work really great when you create a video, whether that be a live video or just a video that you upload to Facebook. And then you can just put even $5, $10 on a boosted post and really see those views kick up, to the hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, depending on how much money you put on there. And it really doesn't take that much. And then we have reach. So that just means we want to be able to really focus on reaching as many people as we can. That is a great goal for local markets. So if you're wanting, you put in your geographical boundaries and say, I want to reach as many people as I can and penetrate this market. And then it could be also maybe you have a mobile app or some type of program. So we want to really drive installs of an app. All right. So adding a call to action, that is another really simple way for us to drive attention and action, right? So, and we can do that right below our cover photo on our Facebook business page. And that will drive people to take whatever action you want. Examples include maybe booking an appointment at a salon, a gym, a spa, or a business of any kind. You can put a contact button. You can send a message, take advantage of an offer. And, Facebook, you can log in and you'll be able to see those options that you have there. Next, we have serve. So it's so important that we are thinking about how we can serve our audience, because at this point we're starting to build community on our page, right? We're starting to build relationships, and we want to make sure they know that we're there for them. So part of it is from day one positioning it so they know that you care, right? And they know that you will be there to answer their questions and help them. And then second is also making sure that you follow through with that. So let's just talk about a few things here. ABCs of social media is always be caring. So to show that we care, if we were in real life, what would we do? We would look somebody in the eyes. We would make sure we have positive body language. We maybe would give them a hug if we're feeling like it. We can't always do those things through a virtual page, right? Because we don't have that benefit of seeing that. But we can listen and we can learn and we can help, right? We share value, we collaborate, we say sorry when we acknowledge our mistakes, and we embrace imperfect perfection. So we're able to make sure we are human and that we're showing that every day. We want to also make sure we keep our page fresh. So if you're only logging in once a week and sharing, a spam post about your event, that's not really showing you care. So we want to make sure you're posting, daily 1 to 3 times per day on average. Every business, every industry is different, but that's just kind of an average suggestion. Check your business page daily. So that's why you want to make sure you have the apps. There is a Facebook Business Pages app, and make sure you're responding to any questions you get, messages, and then remove spam and all of the fake troll comments. You do not need to keep those on your page. You can definitely delete those as soon as you see them. Then we have Facebook Messenger. So Facebook Messenger is a mobile messaging app that lets us reach people instantly on their phones, right? And I'm going to be doing a webinar on this in the next few weeks, so stay tuned for that. We'll be diving in deep to that. That with Facebook Messenger, you can send private messages and stickers. You now can also advertise. So this is going to be amazing, and Facebook is just now rolling this out. You can set up and use bots to serve and to sell. So there's apps like ManyChat that you can use and others, and we'll be helping you do that as well. That's also in our course. You can chat with groups of people. You can make free calls to people in other countries, and you really can just integrate it with your business page and be able to provide better support to your customers and your community. I love local pages that I work with and even national pages that have that. Like there was an app I was installing yesterday on our website, and I had a question, and I was able to immediately send them a Facebook Messenger question. And I think within 10 minutes, they had an answer back to me, and I purchased their product like within 15 minutes, right? I didn't have to send an email. I didn't have to pick up the phone. I was able to get my answer, and they sent me a link to how to do it right within Facebook where I was. So that's the thing. When your audience is on Facebook and when you start to build community and awareness on Facebook, you need to be able to talk to your audience where they are. And if they're on Facebook, why send them to another page unless that is your, or another number, unless that's your support process. So basically with Facebook Messenger, you want to make sure that you set up your messaging options and you customize all of your settings. It will only take you like literally 5 to 10 minutes. Even if you're pretty computer illiterate, 10 minutes. If it takes you longer, go ahead and reach out to me and tell me it took you longer. And I'll change that stat next time. You want to set the proper expectations for response. Okay, so how long is it going to take you to get back to people? You can set up an auto message where anytime somebody sends you a message on Facebook, you say, you know what? We usually get back to people within 24 hours. Or however long that may be. You can send them to a link, right? If you do have a process where you don't want to answer questions on Facebook, you can say, hey, a lot of the salons and spas and local businesses do this. They really don't want, some of them don't want to book appointments right there on Facebook. So they'll say, hey, please call this number or visit this website. So you can have an automated message that's going back to them and telling them where they need to go to get help. Document a response plan and make sure that you communicate whatever that policy is with your fans, with your team. People need to know where they can get support. And the good thing about when you set up your Facebook Instant Messenger auto response is that you will then, that time response, Facebook has a time response badge, and they rate how quickly you respond to customer questions and community questions. When you're using that instant messenger, that response rate goes up. And so then because you're replying right away, even though it's automated, Facebook sees at least you are replying. So when you are very responsive, you will get the little green badge, and it shows people, hey, I know that this brand cares about me. I know if I send them a message, I can see that they're very responsive and they are going to reply to my question. And if they're deciding between you and maybe 2 other restaurants to go to that night or 3 other apps they want to install, and they see that you have a green light, and you answer back, you may win that business over somebody else. And it requires the page to achieve both of the things I have listed here over the last 7 days. So once you get the badge, you don't always keep the badge. You have to have a response rate of 90% and a response time of 15 minutes. And that automated feature will help you get there. And then for social monitoring and management, manual, to help you save time, all of the Facebook apps, that Facebook Pages app is going to help you. And then we really love Sprout Social and Hootsuite, as well as Buffer app to schedule posts. So anytime I'm sharing third-party content on the fly on my desktop, I love using Buffer app. Sprout Social we use, that's great for if you have a team environment and you all need to get in there and approve content and monitor and run some great reports. It's great for consultants who are managing multiple accounts for clients. And then Hootsuite is just a nice, simple, affordable app that is, I think the user interface is a little bit more easier for teams with Sprout, but Hootsuite is great too. And they have some very low entry, like free, and then I think $9 options for you, $9 per month to get started. Same thing with Buffer app. So last we have optimize. So we have tweak, rinse, repeat, and optimize. So this is where we really want to be driving the benefit and getting continually optimizing everything we're doing with Facebook. So data is your power to grow. So you need to make sure that you become intimately familiar with Facebook Insights. Even if you are not comfortable with data, even if you are not comfortable being a geek like I am, you need to get there. Right? You need to have somebody in your business that can at least be looking at your Facebook Insights at least once a week, every other week, and that you're going to learn about your customer when you check those out. And then also look at your insights on other social networks. So if you're using Instagram, if you're using Twitter has a ton of data about your customers. And you want to see what are they engaging with? What are people responding to? If you have a blog, if you have a website, make sure that you have Google Analytics installed. It is free and it is a gold mine for data, okay, to tell you what your customers like, what pages are they staying on, what pages are they, leaving really fast, as well as your email marketing data, right? So leverage the data that you already have. Even if you're just now getting started on Facebook, we work with a lot of companies like in manufacturing and healthcare and finance and some of those industries. They're just now starting to get on to some of these platforms, but they have years, decades of data on other platforms. So you need to leverage the knowledge that you already have from the other business and marketing that you have been doing, but then start to blend that in with the Facebook Insights. So with the insights, I just am giving you here just a few snapshot of the type of data that you can get. So here, this is from one of our client sites, and this was a snapshot of the last 7 days of page performance. So page likes, you can see they had a total 1.6 increase. It looked like they had 5,000 new page likes that week. And post reach, total number of unique people who were shown the page. And then we have engagement. So that's showing us total number of unique people who engaged with our page. And then it also tells us the engagement type. So that's whether they liked it, they commented on it, they shared it, they clicked. You can see this week we had 11,000 post clicks. So 11,000 people clicked on links that we had. So also, this is one of my favorite data points on Facebook is when are your fans online? Okay, so know the best time to reach your fans. And you can see here, it looks like the highest peak times are going to be in the afternoon. And then it looks like around noon it peaks. And then, the afternoon to the evening is pretty strong. But also target the off-peak times, right? And so we've done a lot of work in the fitness industry and health. And their graphs tend to look very similar to this for like small gyms and that type of thing. And if you look in the morning, you would see hardly anybody's online at 6 o'clock. But 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning is the top time for viral shares of inspirational content. So that's why you need to know the goals of the action that you're wanting your audience to take, because when you post that type of content, is going to vary based upon what that goal is. So for the fitness industry, if any of you happen to be working in that, or the health industry, 5, 6 in the morning, everybody's getting up to work out and they're trying to motivate themselves saying, okay, I'm on the toilet. I'm getting ready to go work out now. And they post, woohoo, I'm going to CrossFit. So that time is amazing, right? And so we were working with the gym where we kept moving that earlier and earlier and seeing those viral shares go up. But yeah, if I were to look at this graph and only go by the graph, I would think I wouldn't need to share that until 10 o'clock at night. So that's why you got to get a little bit geeky. And then, last we have people here. So really digging into understanding who our audience is. Facebook does a good job of aggregating this information for us. Everything, age, gender, location. You can see what people are looking at and learn about their behaviors. So those are just a few of the data points, some things at minimum, I want to inspire you to take a look at. Here again are our 6 Facebook marketing pillars of success. And I hope that this content gave you something to really chew on and really start to take action on. I want to share with you right now some information about our Social Profit Factor training academy and community. And then once I'm through with this, then we're going to also open it up to Q&A. And so I hope that I've given you enough value that you can please stick around and give me a few minutes to listen to this and see if you may be interested and we may be able to help you. Those 75% of you who said you did not, you were not achieving the goals that you wanted to achieve on your Facebook. I know that we can help you. So what is Social Profit Factor? So it is your fast track to help you improve that ROI. So it is a social media training system, and it includes a member community. So we have ongoing support and training. We have a private Facebook group, bi-weekly live events and training, as well as loads of resources and templates. So we're basically sharing with you all of the same framework that we have been delivering to our clients, from entrepreneurs up to Fortune 10 brands the last 7 years. I mean, where they have been paying anywhere from, $5,000 to $20,000, $30,000 for a strategy and plan. We're taking that same information and sharing it with you and putting it in bite-sized, packaged framework that you can implement for your business, no matter how small you are. So it is the most comprehensive, efficient, an affordable social media training and support system that's available today. And the way that we came up with it is we were trying to help our clients, and they were like you. They didn't know how to get the ROI that they needed. And we went out there and we looked for training and consultants that we could refer them to, and we could not find it, right? And we went and bought a lot of the competitive classes out there. We did the research. Most 90% of the classes, they just take, 80 videos and they throw them up on the wall and hope they stick. They're like, here's your log on and password. Good luck. There was nothing that was a step-by-step system, a blueprint that could guide you from a 101 level all the way up to, a 301 advanced level. So that's really what we do. We teach you the planning, the execution, strategy, from social media to your audience, to your content. And we will teach you from basics. If you were just learning these things and you don't know even how to get to your Facebook insights, we will teach you that, all the way up to really being able to master things like live video, right? And advertising. And we have the private Facebook community that's there to help you network with other people just like you, as well as we'll be doing the bi-weekly webinars that are going to be digging into all these topics, putting people in the hot seat, that type of thing. Here is a snapshot of all the courses that are in there, and there's more that you'll see. It's from Social Media 101, strategy. There's a whole course on strategy, on audience marketing, content, micro influencer marketing, Facebook, and then all of the top social networks. We have courses on each one of those, and every course is designed to work together. So every course feeds into the next one. And so there's a consistent flow. The worksheets that you create, for example, in your social media strategy and your audience strategy course, you use them then when you go into your content marketing. So it's the same as if I was working with you as a consultant or as an agency to help you put together your plan. It's just in a do-it-yourself type of environment. We're giving you everything you need to be successful. So it is fully mobile responsive with an amazing user experience on the desktop, on tablets or more. It remembers where you left off. So if you started in a video and then you move to, you start that maybe on your iPhone and then you move to an iPad, it's going to keep track of where you were in that video. So the next time you start it up, it'll know where you were. And then we have the private support community that will be there to just answer your questions and really help you make sense of what you need to pay attention to. Right now, talking Facebook, there are a ton of things every day that is new with Facebook. And I'll tell you, we eat, sleep, and breathe these things. And it's hard for us to keep up with it. I mean, it is a daily full-time job. We have people that do these things. So we will help you understand, what do you need to focus on? What do you need to ignore? When there's a new feature, okay, you need to pay attention to this. Resources for success. So every course is loaded with supporting resources that augment your training, and they're all easily downloaded with one click. So from worksheets, cheat sheets, guidebooks, white papers, we have audio. We will have audio that will be available to access the training as well. So the deal that we have today for you is you will save $300. So there is the one-time payment of $497, and that is going to include the entire training system, as well as the member community, the ongoing support, the biweekly live events and training, and all of the resources. We also are giving you the lifetime content updates, as well as lifetime access to the community. And I'll tell you, this is not, we don't do this all the time. This is for this webinar only. And that is highly, highly valuable, because that will be eventually like a $99 fee just for the community later on. But we have monthly options where it starts at $59 a month, or you can do the one-time payment. So here is more. So if you purchase today, so the first 10 people who buy today are going to get a Facebook business page review. So we will review your current Facebook business page, if you have that, or whenever you're ready for us to do that. And we will give you 5 big ideas, and we will deliver that to you in video, as well as with the 5 big ideas, we will write that up for you. But it's really going to be focused on walking you through, and we'll give you a video that you will be able to take and keep as an asset and share with your team. We'll also give you the 1-page digital marketing checklist, plus of 5 big ideas. So that means we're going to look at your digital platform. So your blog, your website, that type of thing. And I'll tell you, our clients pay us, $2,500 up to $10,000 for these types of reviews. And then we'll do a 30-minute consultation, and we can do that whenever you're ready. So, depending, we can help you choose when is that right time, but we'll throw in that 30-minute consultation to help you really get to the next level. And then for the first 20 who register, you'll get the first 2 things. So you'll get the Facebook business page review, and you'll get the 1-page digital marketing checklist, both of those delivered in video format. And then first 50 who register are going to get the Facebook business page review, plus the 5 big ideas. So I know that these reviews and audits are really going to help you take that business page to the next level, particularly if you feel stuck, or even if you're just getting started and you want to just make sure you're on the right track. So this special webinar bonus expires on Monday, August 7th at midnight. There will be no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You can simply go to socialprofitfactor.com, and you can utilize the coupon code FBWebinar. So socialprofitfactor.com, FB webinar. So now I think we're just going to go to questions, and I want to answer any questions that we may have.
Looks like you have one question there. Looks like kind of a complex one from Steve, but you might want to read through it first and read it out loud.
Hold on a second. Let me read this question. Okay, so the question is, let me move this over here with my mic. Okay, so the question is, if someone takes the approach of using Facebook targeted ads linking to ClickBank products with the exclusion of a dynamic Facebook business page, how effective can that approach be to generate significant income, assuming one promotes attractive products? So right now, Facebook, there are some questionable things about links. So I think the key is just going to be to make sure that you have the appropriate links, and that Facebook is changed how it looks at metadata. And now it is requiring that the metadata is pulled over from the blog or the website or the page where the product is. And so you can no longer, when you post a post on Facebook, if it's not an ad, you can no longer bring that over and change the image or change the metadata or change the URL. It's pulling whatever it is. So I would say, as long as you have the infrastructure set up correctly, Steve, and really take a look at how Facebook is looking at those, you should be okay. But I can't really answer that unless I know kind of what your website and your blog is looking like. I know that Facebook is trying to crack down on some of the affiliate things that are going on, and the spam and just the bad links. But if it's, if it's good product and a good site, you absolutely should be able to drive some revenue utilizing Facebook ads and utilizing your Facebook business page. And then make sure you look at setting up, your shop as well. You can set up a store right within Facebook. Okay. Perfect. Any other questions? Let's see. Okay. All right. Somebody asked me, looks like we have a question on how long do they get access to the training, whether they have to complete that training in a certain amount of time in the Social Profit Factor. And the answer to that is no, you get lifetime access to the training. You can go as slow or as fast as you would like. When you get started, because it is a system, we make sure you are successful. So we don't dump every single product on you at first. We make sure that we are giving you step by step. We give you all of the foundational content. So you're getting the social media 101, the strategy, the audience, the content, and we, as well as we throw in the Facebook marketing mastery one, because we know you got to get your hands geeky on at least one app. And then as you start to move through those, we help to make sure that you complete things like your audience worksheet and your goal sheet, and you have a plan for why you're doing what you're doing. Yep. Okay, another question.
So also, do you teach the best way to find targeted audience on Facebook?
Absolutely. So the question was, do we teach the best way to find your target audience on Facebook? Absolutely. So because that is so very important. So that also is included in our Facebook advertising course, and we go into detail on how you do that, and targeting your audience with the right keywords, and even things like boosted posts. Once you start to create those lookalike audiences, can be really, really powerful. If you have an email list, for example, if you have any website that you are currently driving traffic to, we can help you utilize the Facebook Pixel, where you can install the Facebook Pixel on your website and your blog. And then let's say we could look at a sales page where you're driving traffic to. So people that are looking at a particular product, and Steve, this probably will help you as well with your question. We can see the people who viewed that particular product, and then we can target them with an ad, right? So we can say, okay, everybody who looked at this particular product of lotion, I now want to show them an ad on Facebook. So if you've ever, ladies or men, been out looking like at Zappos, they do this a lot for shoes, and you're looking at a pair of shoes, then you log on to Facebook and there they are, right? That's what they're doing. They know that you looked at those shoes and you put them in your shopping cart, and then your husband said, no, you can't have those today, or whatever it may be, or you're waiting until you find 3 more. That's how they do that. You can also target people who maybe abandon from your shopping cart. Maybe they go to your page, but they don't buy. We can exclude people who did buy. So we can exclude people who did go to a certain page. Back to the email list, we can also take our email list and we can import that into Facebook. We can target those people. We can also target people and create a whole new audience to target of people who maybe, have the same demographics, look, smell, and feel like that particular people who are on that email list. Looks like we have a few more questions for sure, so keep them coming.
So let Donna know that I'll answer her question about the site for the coupon code.
Okay.
And then Gail is asking.
So Donna, Josh said he will answer your question about the site for the coupon code.
And then Gail says, is there a huge difference to boost your posts?
Yeah, so Gail asks, is there a huge difference to boost your posts? Yes, boosting posts can be very powerful. And what I love about boosting posts is you don't have to spend a whole lot, right? And so what you want to do when you boost a post is you want to take a post that's already having a little bit of success on your Facebook page. Now, if it's a brand new page and you're thinking, Pam, none of my posts are successful yet, that's fine, right? So just pick one that you think is good and you can boost it. But Facebook does like you, once you start to get some momentum and success, pick a post that has had some movement. So you're seeing people engaging with it. And you may also see Facebook sometimes when you have the app on your phone, you'll get the notifications or in the desktop that says, hey, Pam, this post is performing very well. Why don't you boost it? Right? That's what it's saying. It's saying, we think we can really help you reach more people because everybody likes this. And so we see this a lot with our clients in the salon industry, for example. So they'll post a photo or a video of, some cool hair. They're lucky in that industry because it's such a visual industry. And all of a sudden it just kind of goes viral. Everybody's like, I love it. I love it. I love it. And so putting $10 on a post like that is just going to exponentially make that reach go more. So you can, and it does very, very well too with videos. So when you do like a Facebook Live video, or even if you just upload a video, I do a lot of videos just on the fly, right? And we upload those, and so do our clients. And then you can put, $20 on there, and you can get, we see some of our small business clients, it's easy to get between 3 and like 10,000 views on a video with a $20 boost, right? So you can, even if you have a small Facebook page with not that many members on it, you can, see those numbers if it's a good video. And we see that a lot with the small local business. Okay, what else?
I think those are, do you have a course on social media laws and policies?
The question was, do we have a course on social media laws and policies? We do have social media policy resources that we will be giving and teaching our students. And some of those topics will be delivered in our bi-weekly type of live training events. And I have quite a few attorney friends that are dying to get in to help people. And so, yes, they will be coming on and doing some education with that. And they're people who work in the social media and business and branding space, that type of thing. And definitely. And my background, having worked in corporate for 15 years, I was very educated by organizations I work with on managing trademarks and branding and policies. I worked in the risk management business when I was at Sun Microsystems for 7+ years. So actually worked on risk management products. So I am all about managing risks. So that's what you may have seen that even in this presentation today. I like to keep you safe. That's probably why I had at the very front, follow the rules, right? I don't want you to get shut down. Policies are important too. If you have a team, you want to make sure that they understand what those policies are, because all it takes is one post, right, to mess up that brand. And we can't get frustrated with people when we don't tell them what the guidelines and the policies are. And those things don't need to be long-winded and complicated. A social media policy can fit on one page. It can be as simple as, don't do stupid stuff, or it can be as detailed as we want it to get.
Any more questions?
Yeah. We'll give you guys another minute and see if you have any more questions. Okay, I see, what's that one? I see one asking, looks like it's asking about the format for the trainings that we provide. Yes, so the training that is provided in Social Profit Factor is video based, and it's similar to what you see here, except the screen is not cut off like it was on Webinar Jam today. And it is beautiful, high definition video. Everything is broke down into bite-sized videos. So most of them are between like 5 and 10 minutes. So you can just move through them quickly. You can also access them quickly. And that's where our support community comes in too. So if you have a question, you can put in the Facebook page and say, hey, how do I do this Facebook Messenger thing? And then we point you directly to that video, right? Or you can go search it. Every course has a detailed curriculum, as well as with learning objectives and goals. And then it also lists out all of the resources that are available for that. So with each course that you take, we're not just throwing the social spaghetti training on the wall. We're taking that and we are saying, here is why you're taking this course. Here's what you're going to learn, how you're going to learn it. You'll know exactly every video that's in there. You'll be able to print out that curriculum and check it off as you complete each video, and then just go through the system by system. And by the time you get to, I'm going to pull up some of these courses for you real quick. By the time you complete like the Social Media 101, and even if you are not new to social media and you think you know everything you're doing, I still highly encourage you to at least review what's in Social Media 101 so you can understand the approach that we're recommending you take and how the system works. But as soon as you get your social media strategy done, you are going to feel so much better. I mean, we have some of our students now, they're like, hallelujah, because you have goals, you know your why, you know what you're doing, you know where you're going next. And we have seen some of our students already. The progress they've made has just been unbelievable. We have one gal who owns a music teaching business where she's teaching students how to do music, and what she's been able to achieve as a tiny small business has just been amazing. We're helping her with the launch of her services in a new building they have as the school year's kicking off. And so, you know, once you have that strategy and then you really start to dig into who is your audience, then creating your content plan and your branding plan, how you brand your business, everything starts to fall into place. Because the issue that so many have today is that they go straight to the tactics and the technology. So that post worksheet, the post methodology we talked about, everybody goes straight to tactics. So they jump straight to trying to put a video on their Facebook cover image, but yet they're like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And they go waste $1,000 having somebody do some silly video when they should have slowed down to speed up and take the time to just plan their goals and know their audience, right? That $1,000 may have been better spent, or even 200, on doing a survey with your audience, on, you know, getting your email up and running, on building systems that are going to help you nurture relationships and get to know your customer in a more intimate way. So it's really focusing on the right things and working smarter, not just harder, right? Because there's too many people out there today that tell us, you know, we need to chase all these shiny objects and we need to be the first on every social network that comes along. And I couldn't agree less with that, right? We need to go where our audience is. I don't know about you, but I want to have a life, right? I want to be able to enjoy my family and my kids, and I don't need to be first on every platform. I want to be where my audience is and make sure I'm the first that they come to. That's what I care about. I want, you know, my target and ideal customer to know that I'm on the platform where they are and that I can help them achieve their goals. Right. So I don't think we have any more questions. I want to thank you all so much for hanging out with us here today. You know, I hope to see many of you in the course and in our community. It would be our pleasure to be able to serve you. Simply go to socialprofitfactor.com and then use that coupon code FBWebinar. And we will be doing these webinars regularly, and we're looking at doing them bi-weekly at minimums. The months we can do them, we'll try to do them weekly. So they'll usually be on a Wednesday or a Thursday. And I will make sure that we send you all of the resources we talked about. You'll get those within the next 24 hours. So look out for an email from us. And then if you need to find us, here are some of the other URLs and locations where you can connect with us. But I thank you so much for your time, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening. That's a wrap.